next head up to Fort Lauderdale, where the world's largest collection of aquatic memorabilia resides. It's all at the International Swimming Hall of Fame.
Its architecture is as beautiful as the sport itself. Here in this building with the giant waves lies a sports complex where swimmers are born and champions are made. The International Swimming Hall of Fame, located steps away from Fort Lauderdale's famed Strip, is one of the most comprehensive outdoor swimming and diving facilities in the world. It's also a place to celebrate some of the world's greatest aquatic athletes and the art of swimming.
We didn't start out to be an art museum, but over the years we've acquired and collected the finest collection of aquatic art anywhere in the world by some of the most famous artists and sculptors in the world. Here is the Mask of Palenque, which was given to us in 1965 by the president of the Mexican Swimming Federation. It's nearly solid silver. Its value is almost inestimable today, but it commemorates the Olympic and Pan American medal winners from Central and South America. We have sculptures by Joe Brown, who was the first and foremost professor of fine art and sculpture at Princeton University in the 1950s.
The timeless treasures in this museum offer a historical perspective to swimming. Here you can plunge into the past through their extensive archive collection.
We do have here the finest collection of aquatic history in the world. As far as a research facility, we have books that go back to 1699. Thieveno's, which really tracks the absolutely incredible history, and I don't think people realize how much swimming has impacted our social and cultural values, morals, and the way we live today.
Whether it's history, bronze sculptures, or gold medals that inspires you, all these works of art command a sense of respect to the artist and the sport itself. Each piece has a story to tell.
We have some absolutely fascinating paintings here that document our story of swimming. Now this picture is one that shows enslaved African swimmers harvesting the pearl beds of Venezuela. And what's significant about this is when Columbus first arrived, he saw a native Indian woman with a pearl. And pearls back in Europe were more valuable than gold at this point in time in history. So this the Venezuelan coast was one of the greatest pearl beds ever discovered. They completely depleted the pearl beds of Venezuela, and there are no more there today.
Sports photographers can stop time, and at first glance there appears to be a natural connection between athlete and artist. The intense competitive expression at the physical peak of their performance, joined with the gracefulness of the water, provides an artist with a canvas in which to create. This inspirational process is evident in the International Swimming Hall of Fame's recent exhibit, Splash.
The movement of the body and the water and the reflection creates incredibly artistic designs and creations. And from the finest photographers, from Al Bello and Donald Murray, who are the heads of who are Getty North America Seniors, to Heinz Kludemeyer, whose photographs have appeared on over 100 Sports Illustrated magazines, and our own George Shelley and Doria Andre here locally in Fort Lauderdale, who've captured some really incredible designs and pictures that are almost indescribable.
Thinking outside the box, or inside the pool, are the husband and wife team behind Dorji Productions. Dorina Andre and George Shelley have turned their backyard swimming pool into an underwater studio.
Dory was my first guinea pig, and she was a beautiful guinea pig. I was lucky.
It was very difficult in the beginning because there are so many new things that you have to deal with, so many challenges. So it was the makeup, the clothes, the hair, the styling, everything.
From their first challenging but successful underwater experiment to the inspiring and playful images of those exhibited in Splash, George and Dorina are always looking for new subjects.
I've always been fascinated when I've seen, these little guppies, babies swimming underwater. You really have to be fast and ready because they'll drown otherwise. So you have people watching on either side, and you have a moment where they're free and they're swimming on their own. They're hard to predict. where they're going to go and what they're going to do, so you have to be quick. I realize that you have just split seconds to shoot them up and down, but in the end, I think, as you can see, it worked out. I just had this idea of doing a woman on a trapeze sitting with a certain amount of beautiful clothes on with a parasol. And it didn't sound very difficult, but getting everything in position was amazing.
Although it has its challenges, being underwater forces them to go with the flow, enhancing the art form.
Unexpected things happen. It's really hard to predict, and that's part of the real beauty of shooting underwater. It's so unpredictable, and sometimes it disappoints you, and quite often, though, it excites you and pleases you, and you see something going on underwater that is totally unexpected, and you can run with it. So artistically, it really gives you a lot of opportunities to be creative.
For more information about the International Swimming Hall of Fame, log on to ishof.org.